Hi everyone, welcome back to Chelsea Fan TV. My name is Nina and I hope all of you are doing well today. Apologies for my lighting, it isn't my best setup, but as you know, I am abroad, so we're working with what we got. But it's definitely going to be a must watch today because I'm joined by lovely Leonie, who I'm sure a lot of you will recognise. She's been with Chelsea Fan TV in the past, she's worked with Chelsea, and she is obviously a lovely, friendly face that we will say hello to today. Thank you so much for joining us, Leonie. How are you doing?
Thank you, Nina. What a lovely introduction. Thank you so much. Yes, I'm doing very well, thank you. Yeah, because we were chatting before, and obviously I hosted the fan cams a couple of seasons ago. I was working at Chelsea TV last season, so didn't do the fan cams. So kind of got away with it there. Yes, I did. But yeah, I loved hosting the fan cam. So it's great to be back with Chelsea Fans TV and get the opportunity to reconnect with everyone again. And obviously for those that don't know me, that's what I was doing before. And as you know, Nina, you stand out in the wind, the rain, the snow, the fog, all of the beautiful British weather, and talk about Chelsea. But what a great thing to do. What a great thing to chat about. And especially this season as well. It's looking better, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, it almost feels like such a huge step forward already. And I know it's only pre-season, but there's just so much to be excited about. And I feel like because we were so deprived of happiness last season, I feel like we deserve to get carried away right now. So yeah, not holding back, feeling really excited. And yeah, like you said yourself, it's just supporting through thick and thin, really. I mean, a lot of people kind of stopped going to games as well, which is bizarre, but can you really blame them? I mean, it was just so difficult to go and watch the same thing. And it was like the players weren't really bothered at the end. And it was all just too negative. So to see such a positive kind of impact already 3 games into pre-season is, amazing. So really looking forward to seeing what we do next.
No, absolutely. And off the back of that, I was just going to say, it's almost like you forgot how to celebrate a goal. Because we were so deprived of that. And when they did score, it was like, I don't know what to do. But if they got 2, if they got 3, it's like, what do I do?
That is so true. And to see them celebrate as well, there was like, it's like, I know some of them have barely played and, you know, they've had training sessions, maybe kind of 5 minutes and have just learnt their names. But the way they've celebrated the goals seems like they've played together forever. Or they've had a season to play already. And it's so refreshing to see that the players are excited as well, because the standards had dropped so low that we were literally just begging for someone to look like they care and celebrate with, happiness. So yeah, you're so right on that note, definitely.
Well, let's talk about pre-season then, because like we say, it's a lot more positive compared to last pre-season as well. We all know what happened there. So let's talk about it. So 3 games in, 1-2, drew against Newcastle, 10 goals. Like we say, it's phenomenal really to think about 10 goals in 3 games. So what's your reflections of pre-season so far, Nina?
Yeah, I definitely think that you can feel the impact of having a good manager, and no disrespect to the previous 2 that were here last season, but I think having a manager there that knows and has an ambition for the club really helps, because then it seems that the players are seeing that vision and know what they're working towards. So it's like, it seems simple, but actually having a game plan is literally the first step to getting the results and obviously the goals, as we have seen. So for me, it's just been so impressive that Pochettino has already left his mark on this team. And yes, it's been 3 games, but we've also faced 2 Premier League sides that we're going to meet next season. And it's Premier League sides that beat us or we drew against barely, last season. So there is absolutely loads of positives to take. And a lot of people were worried that experience left the door. And of course, we sold a lot of players that, the likes of Azpilicueta, Kovacic, players that you would see and say, well, where is that experience being replaced in the squad? And we worried that the youngsters coming in perhaps haven't had too much experience playing at that level and they might struggle, but actually our expectations are being exceeded with what we're seeing on the pitch, because it seems like exactly the fact that they are less experienced and are hungry, they're willing to go that extra mile and prove a lot more and produce a lot more. So I'm seeing fresh energy. I'm seeing a lot of forwards football. I'm seeing a lot of kinds of fluid football as well, which I didn't think I would see so early on.
No side to side.
Yeah, no side to side, no kind of turning back and, sending it all the way back to Kepa from a counter attack. And it's so refreshing to see us actually strive and try. And I don't know when the last time I saw players take shots as well from outside the box. And yeah, it's been great so far. A lot of stuff that we're going to take into the Premier League, I manifest. So yeah, definitely really excited.
And then with Pochettino coming in as well, obviously you've spoken about young players, and we know his experience with young players with his time at Tottenham. So sort of your Dele Allis, your Kyle Walkers. How pleasing is it to see him come into Chelsea and just take this young squad already and implement all of his philosophies onto it? And like you say, have these fresh legs to work with.
No, great. I mean, I'm sure you agree, because even when you look at Mudryk, I'd consider Mudryk a young player as well, someone that didn't even play actual football, before he was signed by Chelsea. Players like Nicholas Jackson, who are going off the bat of a good second half of the season at Villarreal. We're talking about players that have been out on loan in perhaps I would say weaker leagues, or leagues not as competitive as the Premier League, and they're coming into the Chelsea side and getting comfortable already. So for me, it's like Pochettino, you can see that experience kind of already exerted there, and the power he has to bring the best out of these players as well. And you're seeing the likes of Ian Maatsen as well, Angelo, players that are not yet playing at that level, but also at the same time kind of challenging Premier League sides that have been, up there competing for top 4 and top 6 this year. So you kind of almost look at it and think he's a magic man at the moment. And yeah, you can say I'm getting carried away, but to be able to develop that talent, and because they're all individual players that are inexperienced, and to see them play as a collective, I think that's on Mauricio Pochettino. And he's already changed the training style as well. We have seen that training at Chelsea has changed as a whole, and that level is obviously being brought onto the pitch as well. So yeah, developing young talent, because we know that we signed a lot of potential. It wasn't necessarily signing those kind of completed, finished products there. So we thought Mauricio Pochettino, out of everyone, like you said, we've seen it at Tottenham. He works with some young players at PSG as well, can absolutely do that and bring the best out of them, because they've got potential for days, but they didn't necessarily have the manager to be able to bring the best out of them. So that's where you can already distinguish what a good manager does as opposed to a less experienced manager.
Yeah, definitely. And I love that point you just made about individuals but playing as a collective already. And that is so pleasing to see. And it's the little link-up plays that we see as well, the little passes through, Maatsen's assist against Newcastle. It's beautiful football, isn't it? And it's great to see so early on as well.
Yeah, no,
so
absolutely.
Let's talk about... Sorry, no, go for it.
No, go. You ask. Fire away. I mean, it's just so exciting, Leonie. Like, look at us smiling away at Chelsea. Go ahead.
I mean, who'd have thought? But here we are. Let's talk about the players then, specifically. I know you've mentioned a few already, but who's really standing out for you so far? I feel like, to a degree, you're almost spoiled for choice. So who's shining for you at the moment?
I think an obvious one off the bat is Nicholas Jackson, because I absolutely undoing that doubt with every single game. And I'm a complete advocate for giving the guy a chance, because we said let's refrain from perhaps splashing out on a big striker and bringing in someone that costs 100 mil and has loads of goals up their sleeves for their former club but can't produce the same at Chelsea. Why didn't we, because we are investing in young talent and we've signed these players for 5, 6, 7, 8 year deals, why don't we actually give them a chance and opportunity? And given the opportunity, Nicholas Jackson produces, and he hasn't even played a full 90 game as well, which is bizarre to think when you look at his already goal assist ratio. So for me, it's actually believing in him, and clearly with confidence as well. He's someone that absolutely lives on the occasion, and not only is he impressive as a striker alone because he can finish, for me, he actually complements the whole of the attack as a whole, because, we saw that little link up with Mudryk as well. And I said this, he's a striker that's going to be feeding the wingers as well, not just scoring goals himself, but actually, doing these little link up plays, holding the ball and laying it off to a player that will overlap. Maybe could be Mudryk, maybe could be Mudryk and Sterling, etc. So for me, he is someone that will literally improve the whole attack, because so far we've had that striker that's just lingered at the top of the attack and has been waiting for balls to be, just fed into his head or his leg or etc. But Jackson actually has a great work ethic, and his decision making in the box is just, you'd think that he's been doing it for ages. And if you want to talk about consistency, you've seen it in 3 games. And I think you can say that 3 games is a consistent good performance. So yeah, off the bat, Nicholas Jackson, I'd say, is a standout player for me.
No, absolutely. I couldn't agree more. And he's just got it, hasn't he, already? He's got the instinct, he's got the eye for goal. And like you say, confidence. Someone else who could have done with a bit of confidence, who now looks like he will be thriving, is Mudryk. We knew his potential coming in. We knew he was a pacey player. Well, fastest player in the Premier League, faster than Mbappe, we've been told as well. So what's your thoughts on him now? He's got his goal, and that's all you wanted him to do last season, was put the ball in the back of the net, and he was so close to doing it. And it was almost like a bit of a Werner situation. But
it was offside, wasn't it?
About him?
Yeah. No, Mudryk, for me, I was really impressed with him kind of when he came. And I think he came in a moment where we needed to see something exciting on the pitch. You know, equally, João Felix did the same thing for me, where I literally just want to see something nice on the pitch. And Mudryk did that, you know, in his cameo against Liverpool. For me, I would again blame managers for Mudryk perhaps not settling in the best when he arrived at Chelsea, because he was kind of always brought on with 15-20 minutes to spare, you know, was started here and there. But for me, as a player especially that hasn't played football, that isn't really a way to ease him in. And I think he was denied playing time, and that's what he could have built on. And now you can see if you consistently play him and let him be integrated with the other players, because I think Mudryk is a player that flourishes with the right players around him, because then he can work better. You can see his pace, but he's obviously needs to utilize that pace and cross it over onto someone. And you can see that when he's got the confidence to have a long shot, because we saw that goal was absolutely amazing and that shot was so good. Imagine if he has many more like that, you know, it'd be absolutely fantastic. But that's where your confidence comes from, that you take the responsibility and you shoot. So I can see a very big kind of rise in confidence as well in Mudryk. And if he is given time as well, given more games to play and started rather than having a good game and being benched like he was last season, when he had that great game against Leicester as well, where you know, we was one of the actual few positive games last season. He was already benched the next game, and it's hard for you to have that, you know, stepping stone to build on and improve when it's so inconsistent. So for me, he needs time and he needs minutes, and that's how he will get better and better, and we can see it. But like you said, he's quick. I think he can be very dangerous and cause issues for a lot of the defenders. So watch out for Mudryk next season, definitely.
I love that, Nina. Love that. We'll clip that. No, honestly, I couldn't agree more. Definitely. It'll be a real threat next season. And well, he's already showing it in pre-season now. So like you say, it's consistency, isn't it? And you know, you start banging those goals in, your confidence is going to be sky high. And like you say, it feeds throughout the team as well. So all positives there. Anyone else?
And then we can laugh at Arsenal as well, right? Because we did steal him off Arsenal. So that's always nice to beat them to something. So if he gets better, then wow. Other players, I think Ian Maatsen as well has improved. I think yesterday, especially in Newcastle, when he received the ball from, I think it was Humphreys, and he passed it into, because he assisted Jackson, didn't he, yesterday? The way he turned, it was Cassidy actually that fed that ball through to him. Instead of kind of releasing it, maybe like you said, to the side, like you said, side-to-side football, he instantly turned and looked to release that ball behind the defense, so that, you know, Jackson could then go and chase it and make that run, which was, by the way, again, really well timed by Jackson, because had it been any other day, it would have been an offside. Let's be real, we are Chelsea. But it was timed beautifully. And, you know, Maatsen, he dealt well with the pressure, I think, as well around him, and to be able to make that decision to turn, instantly release it, you saw it led to a goal scoring opportunity. Because what we would have done, I would say the old Chelsea, because I am saying the old Chelsea, we're never playing like we did last season again. What we would have done is perhaps try to keep the ball safe in possession and release it side to side. It never would have gone to a goal scoring opportunity. So we're already talking improvements here. And he's versatile. If we want to talk about versatile players, you know, we saw that he can occupy different positions around the pitch. And I think that is so special, because you can rely on him, you know, and if we are picking up injuries injuries, he's someone that fits and slots into different positions, which what more could you ask for? I don't really want us to loan him out. I hope we do keep him. I think he can be crucial to Chelsea next season. And yeah, like I said, if he needs to cover for an injury, he's got that. He's a bright player, and I think he can bring a lot more to our first team for sure.
Yeah, 100%, definitely. And it's, again, just really exciting times, and just seeing how these players are just slotting in already in these early days is really pleasing to see. So if anyone else who watches this video has any players that stand out for them, then please do comment, and it'll just be interesting to see what everyone's buzzing about, particular moments so far in pre-season that have really got your heart going in the right way. So we know there's been moments that we would rather forget. But we're talking positive tonight, Nina. So that's what we are.
We are exactly. There's been enough of the negativity last season. Don't want it.
Absolutely, no, we do not. So let's talk about a player that's been in the headlines recently, Conor Gallagher. Now, he was obviously linked to West Ham, linked to Tottenham as well. He's a great player with so much potential. We've seen how he can play, and we know that he's got an eye for goal. He does want to stay at Chelsea, and he wants to fight for his place. And we know how crucial it is sometimes to have that kind of healthy competition in positions. So what are your thoughts on Conor Gallagher, and how do you think he'll fit into Chelsea if he does stay?
Yeah, Gallagher's definitely one of those players that divides opinion across our fan base. I think he is at times overly criticised, though. I think we do need to give him some credit, because when a lot of players didn't really want to be at Chelsea, looked like they couldn't be bothered, Gallagher always tried. And yes, at times it wasn't enough technically and in terms of what he brought to the team. But, he's got a great work ethic, and he is somebody that consistently tries to get around. I do think, however, he can sometimes be a bit unreliable, which as a player, you don't really want to have that doubt there. You need to be confident and believe in your players, and sometimes Gallagher does ooze doubt. So it is a little bit of an issue there, but equally, sometimes he is very good in his involvement in build-up play, and on other days he's not. So I do understand why some fans are eager to sell him. So yeah, for me personally, I probably would sell him for, if there was a sort of feeler at the moment, I think they want something like 50 million. I think that's a good money to make on Conor Gallagher. And I definitely think in terms of, because we are looking to invest in a lot more perhaps reliable players as well, then that would be good financially speaking. But like I said, I think he is a good player. However, I don't think that Chelsea suffers too much if Gallagher walks through the door tomorrow. So definitely, I respect his work ethic, and I don't overly understand why people hate him so much. But at the same time, I do understand that sometimes he will make mistakes which lead to the opposition retrieving the ball and scoring against us. And then we are sat here having this conversation. So for me, I don't think he was quite ready to be that consistent starter at Chelsea. He was always a bit more of a rotation player and someone that kind of brings in energy. And of course, that great goal against Palace is one we'll always remember. So thanks for that one. But if we get good money out of him, then I say, yeah, go for it, sell him.
Yeah, it'll be interesting next season, because obviously we don't have any European football. So if we are rotating the squad, we're missing out on a lot of games next season. So it's almost how would he fit in? And if he's not particularly happy being a bench player, then I'm not sure how he would fit in with all of that and losing so many games next season. But we'll keep an eye on that. And again, everyone, let us know your thoughts on Conor Gallagher. Would you keep him or would you sell him? Another player that's been in the headlines is Trevor Chalobah, who I think is a fantastic Chelsea player. He's got, again, so much potential, brilliant in defence. Sometimes there could be improvements, but I think he's one of those players that learns really well. And, we've seen him score as well, scored on his debut, which was an absolutely magic moment to see at Stamford Bridge. So what are your thoughts on him? Would you keep him? Would you sell him?
I'm with you on that. I love Trev, and for me, he's a keep, because I think although the last few games he played and perhaps towards the end of the season, there was a little bit of a decline there. I think people forget that we had a statistic where we hadn't lost a game where Trev had started for, a long period of time. And if we're talking proper Chelsea, was it 31 games? Well, there you go. I mean, that's a statistic that's, impressive alone. But I think with Trev, if I say proper Chelsea, I consider Trev to be proper Chelsea. And I think you still need some of that in the squads. Of course, we've got a lot of new arrivals and young talent that's rising up, but I still equally want to know that there's someone in there, you know, with the likes of Reece James as well, where it's the old Chelsea and they've got that loyalty there where, you know, you never have to question their best interest for Chelsea. And I think Trevor's still good. And we've seen him in a back three and a back four as well. And I think he is quite versatile in defensive aspects. So for me, he's a keep. I think he can get better. And some of the other options that I'm seeing for us to replace him aren't really better than Trev. So for me, keep. I think we need to rely on that because he is, you know, like I said, he's helped us out in big moments, in big games. And I love him. I need him to stay.
No, like you say, great work ethic and he is proper Chelsea, and that is exactly what we love to see.
Yeah.
Let's talk about a big question then, one that gets batted around a lot at the moment. And, you know, people are set on one answer, but then do change their mind as well. So at this moment in time, Nina, who is your club captain next season?
Oh, I'm gonna straight out there go Reece. And I know it's obviously a bit of a touchy one because, I mean, in terms of is he proper Chelsea, is he ready for that? Yes, absolutely. But when you look at the injury aspect and will he actually be there enough for, you know, to captain Chelsea on and off the pitch, it is a little bit of a concern there. But equally, he's here to stay and he's here to build with Chelsea. We've seen that he doesn't need to prove that to us anymore. I think with the whole, I'm not even going to mention, you know, the certain someone that we've obviously had a lot been going on with him recently and he's obviously left. So I think with that whole situation, we kind of looked and saw, right, we don't need to question whether you want to stay at Chelsea and take us to future successes. I think that is more than clear. The only thing is injuries, but I feel like Reece James is someone that can be a captain off the pitch as well. We've seen that, yes, he's not the most vocal in terms of, you know, shouting and navigating players as well, but I think the actual leadership from him comes sort of from within, and we see a lot of it out on social media as well. I think you'll agree that Reece is really good at kind of putting honest things out there for fans as well, and he appreciates us, and I also appreciate that. So for me, I would love someone like that to captain my team and obviously take my team to, you know, future successes, like I said. So I would right off go Reece James, and of course we saw him yesterday and we saw how smiley and proud he was carrying the armband too, so it just warms your heart. I mean, definitely.
I mean, it suited him, didn't it, having the armband? It looked good. It was a good look. And also just the character of him as well, to miss out on the World Cup, to rebuild himself. I mean, I can't even imagine what it's like to be a football player and to get injured before a World Cup.
So young as well.
Yeah, exactly. But to have that character and that attitude and that positive kind of outlook and the keep going kind of thing is a real credit. And I think it's an inspirational thing for players and for fans as well. So I think Reece James would be a brilliant captain, and I think he would learn to be more vocal as well. I think within that he would learn to take on that role. But let us know, everyone, who would you like to be club captain? Do you agree with Nina? Is it Reece James or is it someone else? Is it Mark Cucurella?
We'll clip that as well, Leonie.
You know, some people have some interesting opinions. Captain.
Oh my God, I can hear the comments already.
Oh yeah, it's happening. No, you know, they like to throw a bit of a spanner in the works now and then. I guess another captain or potential captain would be Thiago Silva, of course. I mean, for me, he's just everything, and he came to Chelsea. It's almost like he was born in West London. He is just Chelsea, and his work ethic. I don't like to keep bringing up his age, but obviously he's older and he's still got it, but he's getting better as well, which is insane, really. Crazy. But you know, I don't know how many. I keep thinking he's going to get another contract. He's going to play for us forever. But obviously,
70 years old, retiring,
the oldest footballer. But you know, he's brilliant, and I don't know how much longer, you know, he will keep going. Like I say, in my mind, he's going to get a contract offered every year, and he'll keep playing until he can't. But
let's tell ourselves that. Yeah,
we will. But he could be another potential one. But everyone, do let us know. who you think your future captain will be, who you want it to be, who you think will thrive in that kind of role, just let us know, because it'd be really interesting to hear your opinion.
We should do a poll: Thiago Silva, Mark Cucurella, or Reece James.
No, don't put Mark Cucurella in. Do you know what? I love Mark Cucurella. I do love him. I just think he's just had a few bad moments. And I remember going to watch Chelsea against Dortmund last season. And he had a blinder of a game. And he was a
man of the match.
Man of the match. Yeah. And he well deserved as well. And you know he's got it in him, and I don't want to criticise him, because I know that he's got it within him, and he's got the experience, you know, being a Premier League player for so long as well. He's got it, but yeah, maybe not a captain. Anyway, let's move on. Okay, next question. This is another big one, and I'm very intrigued to hear your answer to this.
Go for it.
The number 9 shirt, as we know, is a little bit of a curse at Chelsea. Are you giving Jackson the number 9 shirt next season? Is he going to break it? Do you give him that responsibility? Because we know how good he is, and we know he's hungry. Or do you not entertain that thought whatsoever?
That is the most difficult question, Leonie, you could have ever asked.
I'm sorry.
But do you know what? I always say you're a world-class striker, and you're a good striker if you come to Chelsea and do the exact same thing. So if he is that world-class striker that we're going to mould, you know, the one that is going to cost 100 million one day in the future, let's do it. But no, the other part of me inside is just so scared to say yes to that. And I actually don't know. I actually don't know if that's the case, but then we can't fear the number 9 shirt forever. Someone has to break that curse. And if, like you said, he can go off and do the exact same thing, then maybe. You know what? I'm going to put a bold yes, because it is time for us to stray away from that number 9 curse, and it's time for someone to break it. And if Nicholas Jackson is going to be, you know, the striker that we have for the next few years that is bashing in, you know, 25 goals a season, then he's going to deserve to be the one that breaks that number 9 curse. So yeah, let's do it.
Fair enough. Well, there you go. There's an exclusive. Nina reckons Jackson for number 9. Do you think Nicholas Jackson would want to be number 9? Is he a superstitious guy?
I think everyone in the dressing room is telling him, bro, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't take it. Don't take it. But hey, we'll see, I guess. Some people are saying number 14 suits Jackson, and I kind of see it, but at the same time, not really. That's a no.
Well, we will see. We will see. And like I say, I think it depends on the player as well, whether they want to have that responsibility, or whether he just looks at that and thinks that is just a load of rubbish. Like, give me the number 9. Let's play football.
I want to wear
it.
So
we'll see.
Exactly. We'll see.
So let us know as well. Do you think Nicholas Jackson should wear the number 9 shirt next season? Right. Next up. Okay. Very quickly, Nina, you can talk for England, as we know, and that's why we love you. But for these answers, I just want one word, if you can.
I'll try my best. That's a challenge. It is a challenge. Challenge accepted, though. Let's do it.
Brilliant. Love it. Love it. Okay, so I'm just going to give you the name of a Chelsea player. All I want you to do is sum them up in one word. So how are you feeling about them at the moment? Yeah?
Go for it. Go for it.
The first one is Kepa.
Risky.
Do you want to elaborate?
You said one word.
No, we'll stick to one word. No, we'll
stick to one word. Otherwise, you're not getting one word.
That's true. That is true. And anyone in the comments, if you want to elaborate, do you agree? Is Kepa risky? Let us know. The next player is Cucurella. You can't say risky again either.
Sticky. This is really hard. Can it be 2? Can it be 2? I was just thinking sticky one still in my head.
You can have 2 words if you want. You can buy another word.
Okay. I'd say unreliable. Go on then. Unreliable. I changed my word.
Okay, I like that. That. And that is one word, isn't it? Hyphenated.
Yeah. This is so difficult. This is the hardest thing I've ever done in my life.
I'm so sorry. I felt you're up for the challenge there.
I am. Go for it. Continue.
The next player is Mudryk.
quick.
I like that. And that was quick as well. You're getting
It
better
was quick,
at this,
wasn't
Nina.
it? Yeah.
The next one is Reece James.
Captain.
There you go. I thought you might say that. That's nice, because then we've done a loop round. It's like I've presented before. It's like I've done this before. I'm going to throw one more, a bonus one. Gusto.
Go on. Ooh, intriguing.
With the eyebrows as well. Can you say that again?
Intriguing. Intriguing.
You know, I tell you what, you are getting away with so much right now, because when I used to host the fan cams, I used to get the guys to like sing songs and make up poems on the spot and all that. So you're getting away with it. If you want to sing a song, you can, but that was kind of my thing. But no, it's fine. You don't need to sing.
Thank God.
The last little thing we're going to do then is a game that I like to call Am I Getting Carried Away? It's a Leonie Carpenter original. There's no theme tune to it, but basically, I know, disappointed. But I've been online and I've looked at some comments about how Chelsea are at the moment and sort of people's expectations, what their thoughts are. So what I want to do, Nina, is I'm going to read the comment to you, and I want you to answer with if you agree with it or you are getting carried away. Okay?
Oh.
Got it?
Okay. So one word answer, yeah.
Yeah.
Agree or get carried away? Go on.
Okay. Are you ready for the first one?
Yes.
Jackson is the new Drogba.
Oh, agree.
I like it. Yeah, decisive.
Absolutely. No hesitation as well.
No, I love that. No. I love that. And I hope he is as well, imagine.
I know. We're just manifesting it. I'm manifesting it. Yeah, and he said it himself, didn't he? He said that he wants to be the next Drogba. So the guy's got the ambition. I'm just backing it.
I love that, Nina. Honestly, and the fact that it's come out the guy's mouth as well is exactly what you want to see. So we're not getting carried away with that one. Love it.
No.
Then the next one, Chelsea are title contenders next season.
Getting carried away, mate. Getting carried away. Whoa, that was a big jump. Yeah.
Would you like to elaborate on that? Have you got an expectation yourself?
Maybe ask a couple seasons after, then yeah. No, look, I think this season, I mean, we got to take into consideration we did finish 12th, okay? We've got a lot of work to do, but we've got realistic work to do. I think this season is going to be a massive stepping stone forwards. I think it will push us a lot further. I see us, we're finishing top 4. I'll tell you that now. I see us finishing top 4. So that is a massive stepping stone towards the future, because I mean, we've said it, we've needed to clear out the last couple of years. We know we haven't been serious title contenders. It's been in the air, but we know exactly what we need to get there. So we've still got another couple transfer windows needed as well, obviously, to get us closer to contending. But I think this season is a massive stepping stone in the right direction. So it is getting carried away by saying we're title contenders. However, we're going to be up there and we're going to be pushing for top 4 regardless. And I think we will be there. And then from then on, you can ask that question the following season. And we'll see from there.
I'm bringing this game into every podcast I do with you now.
Do it. Go for it.
So the last one is, and it ties into what you've just said as well with the top 4, Chelsea will finish above United.
Ooh, that is a tricky one. So do I agree, or is that getting carried away? Well, see, Man United see themselves as title contenders next year. So that is tricky. I'm going to say, that's a hard one. I'm going to say I'm getting carried away just because I'm realistic. Yeah. I feel like Man United might finish second next season. And I think Chelsea finishes below that. So if we're looking at it that way, I think it is getting carried away. Although I'm saying it through gritted teeth because I don't want to admit it. But yes.
No, that was a fair answer and an honest answer. So thank you, Nina. Yes, but of course, if anyone disagrees strongly with Nina, if you're like, come on, Nina, we're going to win the league next year, we're not getting carried away, then let us know. Let us know your thoughts. How optimistic are you? What are you feeling? How excited are you for next season? Yeah. It'd be great to hear everyone's thoughts as well. what we're going to end on then is your song. No, I'm joking. We're not going to do that. You know what? I'm going to see you next season in the stands, and we're going to belt some songs out together.
Oh yeah, I think we'll write some new ones as well. We've got new players. We've got to come up with some songs for them, Leonie.
That is true. I tell you what, we'll do a separate podcast, and we'll come up with some songs, and everyone can join in, and it will be an absolute shambles, but it will be very.
You'll see me and Matthew Harden, like, ready, Leonie.
Do you know what? I can see it now. No, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. No one else will be, because I've got a terrible singing voice. But you know, you've got to roll with what you've got sometimes and have a good time. Right. The final question then. We got Fulham next, and it's going to be an interesting one. We know how well Fulham did last season, but it's pre-season. We've got a different team now. What's your prediction for our game against Fulham?
Oh, I like the test. Because, like you said, these are teams that we're playing that did better than us last season, as much as we hate to say it. So for us, I think it's a healthy competition, and it's a good, obviously, and it's a derby as well. At the end of the day, you know, wherever in the world it is, it's a derby. So, you know, we're turning up for it, and I like to think we'll beat Fulham. I like to think we will beat Fulham, and what is going to be even better if we score some goals against Fulham as well. Mm-hmm. So that's always going to be a big positive. Yeah, but I see us having some consistency in these games. So for me, it'd be absolutely great if we can absolutely, you know, get another positive victory for that. Yeah, stop it off. Yeah.
So what's your score prediction?
Oh, score prediction. Oh, okay. I'm going to predict. I actually predicted 3-1 against Newcastle. So I'm going to actually transfer that onto the Fulham game.
Yeah.
3-1 Chelsea against Fulham.
I like that. Do you know what? I was almost disappointed that we didn't get more than one goal against Newcastle. You know, when you get
we could have. We easily could have. Yeah. I think Nick Pope, but Nick Pope actually had some really good saves. So at least we tested him, is what I say.
True. That is very true. And he's a quality keeper anyway. So
exactly.
No, you're right. But, you know, Premier League next season, we'll get a few past him, I think. So 3-1. That was really aggressive.
Sticky.
Sticky. That is the word of the podcast, sticky.
Oh, God, I can't believe. With no context, calling Mark Corella sticky is just... sticky.
An interesting, exactly. You've just
intriguing.
Right there. Do you know what? I've had a lot of fun hosting this with you. It's been an absolute pleasure.
It's been unreal. It's been great,
I wouldn't want to spend my
you.
evening doing anything else.
No, neither. And you actually taught me to answer one word, so that's what I'm taking away from this. That guys, all of you in the comments, actually, because I get told, oh, you talk too much, you're a chatterbox, this and that. There you go. I've got one worded answers in this video for you guys, so enjoy that. And it's not lasting long. Maybe until next episode with Leonie, where we're playing this game again.
I'm just going to reduce it to noises next time. You've got to say a player and make a noise. Anyway,
definitely.
It's going to get weird. So
thank you so much, Leonie. It's been so great having this video with you. A little special for you guys as well. I hope you guys have equally enjoyed this video as we have making it for you guys. Of course, comment down below your points. Do you agree and disagree with any of my answers? There is no worry in disagreeing whatsoever. Obviously, leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe to Chelsea Fan TV if you haven't done so already. And of course, check out Leonie's socials. They'll be linked down below. Thank you so much, Leonie.
Thank you. Take care, everyone.